In this class, I want to introduce innovation. Now, this is a very important topic, and it's also a very big topic, and one we'll deal with in a lot more detail in the process of going through the course. We live in an era where there's a lot of innovation. We see it around us every day. Every day we have new discoveries and new ways of living and new technologies. And as I speak at the moment, we're now settling into the world of AIs. Well, I can remember a time when AIs did not exist and nobody knew what an AI was. So we are now more accustomed to talking about innovation and change and its impact on us and on markets and on the products we buy and how we live. So this video is just a starting point. We're going to have a lot more on innovation, on different issues associated with innovation as we work our way through the course. But for the moment, let's just see what it is. It's said to involve the capacity to adapt quickly by adopting new innovations. Innovations are changes. Changes in the way we work, changes in the way we live, changes in our lifestyle, changes also in the product and in the ways in which we work, the ways in which we travel, and it's all about us. Innovation doesn't seem to be confined to one area. It's a total thing. It's the name for the change that we all experience around us every day. And it seems to be the case that it's increasing. And it seems to be the case that it's becoming more prevalent and we're becoming more tolerant towards it. So we're living in a world where there is a lot of change. We have to have the capacity to adapt to it quickly, otherwise we get left behind. The world moves on, and if we have a business, we need to adopt the business. We need to adopt the business practices. We need to look at the products that are being produced. We need to look at the strategies that we're using for competition and marketing and how we're positioning the good. We need to look at the structure of the organization, and so on and so on. So it is not limited to any one area. It seems to cut across our personal lives, our working lives. It is pervasive. That's not to say it's a bad thing or a good thing. We leave this to philosophers and people who know what good and bad are. But we're just dealing here with the topic, and we know it's involved in business, so it is perfectly legitimate that on a business course we consider it. So we have a list here of 5 points that I'm going to go through. Schumpeter argued that innovation comes about through new combinations made by an entrepreneur, resulting in a new product. Okay, so Schumpeter, the father of this type of literature, very, very big contributions to the early days of innovation. And clearly the product can be innovated, the product can be changed. So we have the core of what the product can do, but the way it looks, the way it acts, the way it behaves, the way it is used, its design, everything about it could change. It still perhaps undertakes the core activity, but it may be augmented by new facilities, or it may present itself in the marketplace as something completely new, or may be presented. It doesn't present itself, perhaps. We haven't got to that stage yet. But it's a new product, and we see it as innovative, perhaps. And mostly we welcome that. We want to have new products. We enjoy having new products. Maybe sometime in the future we'll stop liking new products and we'll want our old products back. We also have new processes, new work processes and new marketing processes and new shopping processes, and these are also related to the changes in technology. We know that shopping malls are different. Payment methods are radically different. You can now go and buy a lot of clothing and pay for it by entering a PIN number. There's no appearance of money, not in the traditional sense. You don't take out a lot of notes out of your pocket and start counting out the money. Generally speaking, it doesn't happen. Most of us, we just enter a PIN or wave a card at somebody, and we can walk out of the shop with a lot of goods. So processes are different. Work processes are different as well. People may work from home, and they may be very productive because they don't have spend time traveling and get stuck in traffic jams. They may work in different countries and they're still at home. So the world is radically different to what the textbooks from, let's say, 10 years ago would have suggested. So that's all innovation. It's all change. It's also useful for opening new markets. That producers think of their market in certain respects. They think we have a history in this market or we have a history in that market and we operate in those two markets. But with the advent of perhaps digitized products, well, there's no limit to that. These can be sold anywhere in the world. But also, if it's a physical product, it can still be sold anywhere in the world, but now they're able to offer a better service and the customer can check where it's got to at any one moment. The delivery business will track the product and tell the customer where it's got to, and if something goes wrong, the customer may contact the business instantaneously over the internet. So, new markets, new ways of working, all innovation. New way of organising the business. I just mentioned earlier, people may work from home. Schools worked from home. Pupils were at home during the medical emergency, the COVID medical emergency. Pupils were taught from home. Children of all ages, more or less, were taught from home. But nowadays, there's a growing trend towards online learning. And students may go to work or whatever and have a class in the evening, online, see their tutor. It's the same as going to a physical building and seeing somebody, except it's probably more organised and more convenient and cheaper. And there are new sources of supply. Perhaps in the past, even within the labour market, there may be people who were reluctant to participate in the labour market because they had family commitments or they lived in an area which was a bit remote, or various reasons why they may may not want to participate in the labour market. Now, with the advent of home working and better communications, there's no obstacle. So it seems to be much better in that sense. Now, I'm sure we can find things wrong with innovation. These are all positive things I've just mentioned here. I'm sure we can find things that are bad about innovation. And I think that would be a good subject title for a seminar. However, I will be presenting some more classes on here to look at the downsides of innovation. I'll be doing this myself over the next coming weeks and months. In fact, it's an ongoing process, so it will be happening right into the future. But for the moment, think about what is wrong with innovation. Think about all the issues that could go wrong or bad, or what's the downside. And we can talk about these in seminars and deal with them later. For the moment, that's all we're going to deal with. So, thank you for watching.